There is a common stereotype about Russians that they are tough, serious, work very hard, drink a lot, and never show weakness. But if that's true, an obvious question appears. How do Russians actually relax? In this video, I want to show you not only the most common ways Russians rest, but also some very specific national habits that might surprise you. The most common and most accessible way to relax in Russia is watching content. TV, movies, series, and YouTube. According to research, the older people get, the more time they spend watching television. More than 40% of TV viewers in Russia are over 54 years old, and about 31% are between 35 and 53. When it comes to movies and TV series, streaming platforms are becoming more popular, but there is an important detail. Very often, Russians still watch films and series on pirate websites. There are well-known sites and dubbing studios where new releases appear very quickly, first in low quality and later in Full HD. For many people, this is not considered shameful. Most Russians simply didn't grow up paying for content, even thought Russian streaming platforms do exist today. At the same time, Russia has a strong domestic film industry. By 2025, the share of Russian movies and series in cinemas and on local platforms has increased significantly. This is connected not only to cultural development, but also to the fact that many foreign companies stopped cooperation with Russian services. The most popular genres in Russian cinemas are war movies, remakes of Soviet classic, comedies, serious dramas, detective stories, and fantasy. Of course, with Russian vibe in it. An interesting fact, during New Year holiday, cinemas were not allowed to show foreign premieres. So during long winter vacation, people could watch only Russian films. The second most popular way to relax in Russia is food. For many Russians, food is not just about eating, it's about care, love, and hospitality. This is especially true for older generations, people over 45. For those who lived in Soviet Union, a family table was a tradition and a way to show care. There is a popular meme in Russia called "When you visit your grandmother." That means that your grandmother will definitely feed you a lot. Usually there will be a soup, borscht, solyanka, or fish soup. Then a main dish, stuffed cabbage rolls, dumplings, chicken or meat. Then baked goods like pies or piroshki. And of course salads and pickled vegetables. This habit was passed to younger generation too. If you visit Russian home, you will almost certainly be offered at least tea. And most likely sweets will appear as well. Restaurants, bars and cafes are also very popular. Pasta and pizza are extremely common, as well as Caucasian and Japanese restaurants. But most of these places don't serve truly authentic Italian or Japanese food. The dishes are usually adapted to Russian taste. That's funny. More than one stranger have offered me candy, a grandmother on the street or a taxi driver. This is one of the ways people show kindness and friendliness. Alcohol is often present during Russian gathering and rest. Younger generations increasingly choose a healthier lifestyle, but many people still use alcohol as a way to relax on Friday or Saturday. Some gather with friends at home, others go to restaurants, karaoke bars or clubs. Vodka is not the most popular drink today. Much more often it's beer, less often wine or cocktail. Russia has many bars with a large variety of beers, and in recent years, craft beer production has become very popular. There are also strict rules. You cannot buy alcohol at night in stores. It is sold only during the day. Drinking alcohol in public places is forbidden. Driving under the influence is strictly prohibited, even after one glass of beer or wine. This is taken very seriously, and there is even a financial reward for reporting a drunk driver. But I've never seen it in real life. Nature plays a very important role in Russian life. Every city has parks or embankments where people like to walk alone or with family or with friends. A very popular way to relax is going to a dacha, a country house, or simply to nature, to a lake or a river. The dacha is a unique cultural phenomenon in Russia. It goes from the Soviet Union. In this period, in the country was extreme lack of food, so dacha was given by government so that people grow their own food. It's usually a small house with piece of land where people grow vegetables and berries. Sometimes there is a place for Russian barbecue, shashlik. Sometimes there is even a banya. To own dacha is more popular among older generations. Younger people often prefer to rent a country house for the weekend. They gather with friends, spend time outdoors, and of course sit together at the table. Shashlik can also be cooked just in the nature. Near the fire, people often have philosophical, heart-to-heart conversations about life, and in its own way, this is very romantic. In summer, many people go to forests to collect mushrooms or berries. And fishing is also very popular here. And finally, Banya. Banya is a traditional Russian steam bath, and for many people, it is a serious ritual. It's not only about hygiene, it's about relaxation, endurance, and release. People go to Banya with friends or family, sit in the steam, use birch branches, and rest between sessions. Some people combine Banya with ice-cold water or ice holes in wind. This contrast is believed to strengthen the body and mind. It may look extreme, but for many Russians, it's one of the deepest ways to reset and relax. So yes, Russians may look serious and reserved, but they do relax, just in their own way, often quietly, often at home, often through food, nature, or rituals, and not always for pleasure, but very often to recover. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to tap the like and subscribe. See you!